AGamer here, Season 10 is out, and the Warrior once again is unstoppable.
Touch mine.
So as always, let's start off with my utilities. The Healing Signet, there's nothing you should be using other than the Healing Signet. Warrior is just that good. Signet of Might, little extra 180 power, which is great, but my attacks become unblockable for 6 seconds once I pop it off. So if I'm fighting a Guardian and he's low on health, he's bound to pop off some sort of block, some sort of shield, some sort of healing that gives him some block. So I pop up my Signet of Might. In anticipation of that, I go straight through his shield, knock him down, and he's dead. Doesn't even know what hit him. Bullish Charge, this is switched off from Berserker's stance. With the new patch, it's mostly power out there, so I'm not really noticing a lot of Condis. I think the Condi is dead, thank goodness. So I'm going with Bullish Charge. This is more of a physical, more damage-oriented build, more power. What the Bullish Charge does is it gives me 10% extra damage due to one of my traits. It does a ton of damage. It's a 20-second cooldown, and it removes immobilization. Plus, it gives me a knockdown for 3 seconds, so for whatever I want to do for those 3 seconds, I got that time. Endure Pain is still very useful for me. I have 2.5 seconds of that because of the trait I'm running. I have Vigor, and yeah, 2 seconds of invulnerability. Why not? Break stuns also. Signet of Rage, I like the little extra adrenaline gain, but also when I pop it off, I gain Fury, Might, and Swiftness. And due to one of my traits, I actually gain 3% extra damage once I have Swiftness, so that's the reason why I have that. So that's on my those are my utilities. Let's move on to my equipment. Alright, so my equipment's still running the Great Sword, Axe, and Shield combo. On my Great Sword, I got the Sigil of Agility and the Sigil of Doom. The reason why is because I want to switch to my Great Sword from the Axe and Shield right after a Bullish Charge. So I use my Bullish Charge, knock him down for 3 seconds, switch off to my Great Sword. I have that Agility, I have that Quickness for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden, they can't heal as fast. So once they pop off my 100 blades, they can't heal, and I'm doing a lot of damage, including that 10% extra damage from Peak Performance, which I really love. On my Axe and Shield, I got the Sigil of Intelligence, simply because when I pop off my burst on my Axe, I want it to critically hit, because it does about 10Ks almost constantly, 7Ks, 8Ks, doesn't matter, it's a lot of damage. Sigil of Cleansing, just that little extra Condi cleanse, just in case if I'm immobilized or really need to get out of there real quick, and I have a mobilization, ripple, chill, whatever, that gets rid of it, so I like to keep that. Then this is also a power build, so I'm still running with Strength and Berserker Amulets. So that's my equipment. Let's move on to my traits. Alright, so the traits, this is where the magic happens. I got Discipline, Defense, and Strength. On the Discipline side, your Sprint got a little buff, so every time you have Swiftness, you gain a damage increase of 3%, which is awesome. I'm still running Brawler's Recovery just for that little extra Condi removal, since I don't really have Cleanse and Iron most of the time now. Burst Mastery, so not only do I gain my adrenaline back by 33%, I also gain a damage increase of my burst. That's really awesome, and hey, it actually gives me Swiftness every time I pop up my burst. Although lately I'm not entirely sure that's been working. It might be a bug, but I'm not entirely sure. On the defense, I'm running the Shield, so I'm running Shield Master. I'm still running the D5 Pain because I like that little extra 2 seconds of invulnerability. And then this is where you can sort of interchange this with Cleanse and Iron, depending on who you're fighting. If you're fighting if you have a heavy Condi opposition, you can go with Cleanse and Iron, but I'm mostly running Last Stand since it's mostly power builds running around there. I like a little extra stability, I like that Swiftness, and I like that Vigor, and hey, my Endure Pain actually lasts longer, so why not? Strength, I got the Peak Performance, simply because I don't really need any more Might, I just want pure damage. So my Bullish Charge recharges faster, it does more damage, and as soon as I pop it off, I gain 10% extra more damage overall for 5 seconds, so it's a great combo to run off start off with Bullish Charge, hit an enemy, knock them down for 3 seconds, switch off to your Great Sword, get that Quickness, pop up 100 blades, at a little 10 extra damage. It's great, it's amazing, I love it. Forceful Great Sword, since I'm in love with my Great Sword at this current moment, so that's why I'm using it. I do extra damage, I gain Might every time I critically hit, and recharge is reduced, which is great. And then last but not least, definitely not least, Berserker's Power. So I was mostly running Might Makes Right, but it's not really useful anymore. I'm not really sure why. I guess I don't know, not really sure. But Berserker's Power. So every time I pop up my burst, I gain extra damage. So if I pop up my Bullish Charge, I have a burst ready. Let's say it's 3 adrenaline. I arc and slice them for 3 bursts, and all of a sudden my damage is increased by 21%. On top of the Bullish Charge, which is 21%. On top of the extra 10 of the Great Sword, so that's, what is that, 41 extra % damage, and every time I critically hit I do even more, so I'm basically critting for 200% of my damage every time I hit, and with Quickness I'm going to be doing that really fast, really amazing. So those are my traits, and as always at the end I have a little montage of the build in action, just to give you an idea of how it runs.